Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. Now this guide should help you have your chance to win your share of the $35,000 prize pool on the FIA F4 Global eSports Tour presented by Moza. So if you didn't know, iRacing have put together $35,000. That is the prize pool. If you finish in the top 10 in your region, you have a chance to win part of that, and that's what this series is about. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and as usual, what we're going to do is a hot lap and then a breakdown, then back in the cockpit one final time, the driving line on, and the brake bias is set to 55%. Right, let's start the hot lap. Smashing it down the main straight in top gear. Our braking marker is going to be after the 3 and just before the 2. Going to brake up to about 80%. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Trail it off down to second gear at the apex, and then we smash back on the gas. Now, just to let you know, I don't think I could have driven this lap any faster. This is me and my absolute balls out. Tiny dab on the brakes there. Big lift and then smoothly back on the gas. Going to go up to 6th gear and go flat out round turn 4. Now we're braking hard. Again, up to about 81%, dropping it all the way down to 2nd gear once again. Little dab on the brakes, keeping it in 3rd gear this time before getting back on the gas. Now, you just got to trust that you're going to make it through here with the little downforce that we have. This corner can be a bit slidey. So we're flat all the way through there, as if we're in the form of the V. Until we get to turn 10. We're going to come off the gas and then again build back on. Try not to end up in the kitty litter. And over and across the line in a 107.635. As I say, I think that is absolutely the fastest I could do on the new tyre model in Season 3. Right, let's do the breakdown. Right, breakdown lap. So quite a simple lap. It's great fun to race. Right, first braking marker is going to be just after the 3 cone and just before the 2 cone. So you see my nose goes through the 3 and immediately starts getting on the brake. I hold it at 82% now. I've said before, the reason why I'm able to hold it at a set number is because of my new mBooster pedals, so it starts vibrating when I hit 80%. So I just then hold it exactly there. So it does make life a lot easier for me. I then trail it off down to this first apex, dropping it down to 2nd gear at the apex here. Now for turn 3. So we're going to go through this first set of cones, and it's basically midway along this grassy bit before the next set of cones. What I'm going to do is come off the gas. I'm just going to dab the brakes. What's that? Only up to 7%. And then I start building back up on the gas again. I want to take some of this curbing on the inside, because that's the easiest way to get through it and not end up in the gravel trap over to the right-hand side. We want a nice wide entry here. You see before turn 4, I'm right up against the grass. Turn in, get nice and close, but not necessarily hitting the inside curb here. And now, basically, as soon as I start straightening up my steering wheel, that's when I need to be able to get back on the brakes. And again, holding it at around 80%, trailing it off, down to the apex where we're going to drop it down to 2nd, and immediately I want to take some of that curbing just to let me know that it's there. It will actually straighten us out. Now we go up to 100%. Our braking marker for the next little bit here, turns 6, 7, and 8, is where the tyre barriers have a little hole and then get fatter. And we're just on the brakes up to about 35%. And again, we trail that off now down to the apex. We're leaving it in 3rd gear, and we're on 100%, more or less halfway around this turn 6. So we're absolutely flat here. We want to turn in nice and early for turn 9, and we're wanting to get our car over to this little inside part here because it's cambered more, makes it easy to get through. And one final turn to come, turn 10. Basically, once we're midway across the pit lane entrance on the right-hand side here, we dab the brakes up to about 20%, leaving it in 5th gear, and then building back up on the gas. We're wanting to be getting up to 100%, as close to the inside curve as you can be. And I have just gotten away with that, ending up with an off-track here in the gravel trap. And without losing any time either. So over across the line in, yes, a 107.635. And if you do want to grab yourself some Moza gear like I have with my R12 wheelbase and FSR2 wheel rim and my mBooster pedals, there is a link in the description to this video. If you do click through that, that does help out the channel quite considerably, if you wish to consider it. Anyway, let's do the driving line version next without me talking. Enjoy.